is, I'm not asking for questions right now because I don't want any. I want you to go to Blackbaud. I want you to scroll down till you find your map grade. And I want you to look and see if you have a 3 written there, like 100%, that means you're good. If you have a comment there, then that means that you should be able to read what it is that I'm looking for that you had not found. If you do not have a comment there and you do not have a grade there, that means I did not get a map from you. And you should be able to see that as well, because the Dropbox should be empty. Or it means you turned it in late last night after I had done grading, so I haven't seen it yet. Now, I want you to not use your voice, but I want you to use these yes, no markers. When you hit participants, you get the yes and the no checkbox, and say yes if you're good, you understand. Not that you disagree with my comment or anything like that, just yes, you were able to see my comment, or yes, you got the grade, or yes, I have not turned a map in, so all of that checks out. No, if there is a problem with that, like you can't find it, something to that end. Or if you don't write anything, I'm assuming you are asleep and you've put a cardboard cutout of yourself in front of this camera. Okay. I got a lot of cardboard cutouts.
Miss Flanagan.
Hold on, not using voice right now. We're just using yes and no's because we've got too many questions. Okay, so good. So we are all on the same page about the map. Now, I'm going to make another announcement that may answer a lot of other questions regarding like work turned in about other stuff, like not late because I'm taking it on time, so I don't want to confuse anyone, but late work in that it was work you turned in from a, assignment that is not recent. I don't check those like every day. So I usually go back on Fridays because Friday we don't have class and I have a little more time. And I do go through every single assignment for all my classes and like see what's been recently submitted and put those grades in. So if you do turn in something over the week, I typically don't get to that till Friday, and I know that's annoying and I am sorry, but it's just kind of the best I can do right now, and I'm sorry about that. So hopefully that answers a few questions as well. All right, now to avoid the crazy everybody talking again, I will answer every single question that you have, but I want you to wait for a second. I've forgotten even what we're doing because I got so a little bit stressed out because we kind of have a lot to do today. Okay, so we're not going to move on to stage 2 of the map. I am going to answer all your questions, I do promise. I'm just not going to do it right this second. So we are going to move on to stage 2 of the map project, but we're not going to move on yet because I have run into a problem I did not think about, which is that not everybody has a printer. So would you please use the yes, no checkbox, unless we don't have that problem. So I'm going to figure that out right now. Would you please use the yes, no checkbox and say whether or not you have a printer at home or a printer that you can access, if I gave you 2 or 3 days. So yes or no checkbox if there's a printer at your house or your parents' work or somewhere that if I gave you 2 or 3 days to print 1 page, that would be an achievable thing that could be done. All right, so Jacob, you're not using the yes or no?
Where is it?
Hit participants.
Oh.
All right, Steven, you're not using the yes or no? Tank, you just did. Okay. And then Ryan, you're not using the yes or no? Oh, okay. Ryan, I am pretty sure, Ryan, you have a printer. You're just not answering me.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay, that is actually not a printer for us, or a problem for us. See?
I have a question though. So,
But I'm not answering it right now. So. Okay, so that is actually great news. So that's not a problem for us. So then we will move forward with this project starting Thursday. So I need everybody to get those maps problems resolved by Thursday because I'm going to start giving you instructions on the next phase soon. Okay. Now that I've gotten that all figured out, thank you for your patience. I cleared them again. If you have a question, hit the yes button and I will call on you one at a time. Okay. Aaron, go ahead.
So I turned in, not all of them, but I turned in a few of my missing assignments that I had for you, and all of them still say missing for them.
Okay. Aaron, I did just address this, which is that it usually takes me until Friday to be able to.
I heard you say that. I assume that's what the problem is.
Okay. Yeah, I just
Okay.
need a breather day to be able to go back and like look through all of those folders.
All right. Yeah.
I am sorry about that, but and I know that sucks to do all the work and then have to wait for the.
No, it's fine.
But I just can't like do it when we're in the hustle and bustle of these weeks. All right. Robbie, next. How can I help you?
This isn't really a question, but I was able to find a map, and I just forgot to turn it in, but I just fixed that.
Okay, so I will be checking the maps. Like the more recent stuff, I do check more often. So the maps, we're in the middle of the map stuff. I'm going to check the map stuff, and I will get you your feedback on that ASAP so that if you need to look for a new one, I can tell you right away.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. And so that was it then. There was only 2 people who followed the directions on how to ask a question. And I know for a fact that Ryan Mackles has a question. So I don't know why he's torturing me this way.
So my map I gave you has.
And I start asking it, not follow the rules at all. Go ahead, Ryan.
So you say it doesn't have mountains, but it has like a label that has the mountains where they should be.
But it doesn't have them labeled, correct?
It does have them labeled. It just doesn't have like the pointy things. It just has like a how do I explain? It's like a label, like where they are, but there's no like points, like pointy things.
So it says their name. I just missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I apologize.
I can show you the picture. I have it.
No, if you're sure, go for it. Okay, Clark, did you have a question earlier?
No, you answered it when you were talking.
Thank you, Clark. Hector, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
Wow, Hector.
At the first.
Growing up before our very eyes. Okay, moving on. We have 3 new things to learn today, so get pumped. Are you pumped?
Wow, I'm so excited.
Thank you, Hector. Alan, what's your question?
Let's go.
I'm sorry if this is because I'm late, but what map are you talking about?
Okay. Would you mind hanging back after class and I will explain that to you? Because that's like a whole class worth of, that's like whole last classes.
Really?
Yeah, it was due today.
What? I've never even heard of this thing.
Yeah, I think you were late last class as well. I think you're late every class. So.
Oh my gosh.
Love you, Alan. Okay.
Sorry.
Moving forward. Yes, Robbie, you have a question?
Can I just go use the restroom real quick?
Yeah, run for it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to review real quick with you the imperatives because we're going to do a quick activity with them before we learn something that goes with the imperatives. And you're going to have to take some notes on those. So if you remember, what are imperatives? Anyone?
Aren't they like commands or something?
That is exactly right. Hector, you've never let me down before. Why would you start today? Appreciate you. So if you remember this PowerPoint, and I'm just going to run through it real quick because, again, this is a review before we learn something new to add on to it. Imperatives are commands. Thank you, Hector. You've never let me down before. Why would today be the day you started? And they are formed thusly. The very common one we use all the time is salve when you're addressing one person, and if you address a lot of people, you would say salvete, omnes. And if you want to form them for the 4 conjugations, calcare is a first conjugation verb, persuadere is a second conjugation verb, spargere is a third conjugation verb, and audire is a fourth conjugation verb. You do it thusly. For the singular positive, meaning if you just want to tell one person to do something, you can just drop the re. So calcare, meaning to step on or trample. These verbs probably look a little more familiar than the last time we did this PowerPoint because they are vocab words, and you took that vocab. You're gonna take that vocab test. I have that link for you later. But would be, oops, lost my ability to go down. Calca, so trample. If you want to tell one person to persuade, you would say, oh no, we're going across, sorry. If you want to tell a lot of people to trample, you would say calcate. If you want to tell one person to persuade, you would say persuade. If you want to tell a lot of people to persuade, you would say persuadete. If you want to tell somebody to scatter, you'd say sparge. If you want to tell a lot of people to scatter, you'd say spargite. And remember, third conjugation is where we run into problems. And so this is no exception. I put it in pink so that you won't forget. Spargite, it goes to the I there. It doesn't keep the E. Audire, if I want to tell just Chris to listen, I say audi. But if I want to tell all y'all to listen, I'm going to say audite.
Why me?
Now, if you go over to the negatives, I only form the command out of the verb to not want. So I really just say I don't want, I don't want, I don't want over and over and over again, and then I just use the infinitive. So I say noli, I don't want, calcare. Noli, 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 noli persuadere, noli spargere, noli audire. Much easier to remember how to tell people not to do things. Should roll right off the tongue. If you want to tell lots of people not to do something, you say noli te, whatever the thing is. So noli te calcare, noli te, noli te, noli te, noli te persuadere, noli te spargere, noli te audire. And then of course the translations of these are listen, audi, y'all listen, audite, noli audire, don't listen, and all y'all don't listen is noli te audire. Does this ring bells? Are the bells ringing?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay, so this little review, we're going to follow it up with a quick activity to improve your valor and strength in the workbook, page, I'm not frozen, in case you were worried, 62. Workbook page 63. I lied. We're doing 62 later. So workbook page 62. And if and by chance you don't have that with you, I'm going to share my screen where I have it uploaded for you. So just a wee moment and I will pull that up for you forthwith.
Can I go grab my workbook real quick?
Please.
What page did you say?
63.
Just nodding, and I'm gonna have to leave. I'll be right back in about like a minute.
Alrighty. All right, so it looks like this. I'll zoom out a little bit so those of you who are using this instead of your workbook can see the whole thing, although it's going to be, woo, you're going to have to squint.
I don't have a workbook. That's bad. That is bad.
There you go. Ryan, you can use the page on the screen instead of the workbook. Can you see that?
Yeah, but I can't see like number 8.
Okay, well, I'll scroll down for you in a little bit.
So should I just write it on a piece of paper?
Yep.
Oh, so I just write my answer like nolite or noli for like number IE number 4. Just
Now, guys, this may take a little bit of sight translating. You don't need to translate them.
you need me to send it to you when I'm done?
But you do need to translate them out. So he says choose the appropriate word in parentheses and complete the sentences, then translate the sentences. But I'm not requiring that you actually translate them. I want you to choose the right word. But you will need to do a little sight translating in your head to be able to choose them. Please stop. So make sure that you know what those sentence means. Otherwise, you won't be able to choose the right word. So you need to decide whether the speaker is giving a command to one person or multiple people. And to do that, you'll have to do some light translating, right? To be able to figure out kind of what the sentence is saying. Yes, Ryan?
Is this classwork or is this also homework if we don't finish it?
Ryan, you think it's going to take you 30 minutes to do these 8 questions?
No. So you don't require us to send it in. Alrighty.
Yeah, we're going to finish it in like 5 minutes to go over it, and then we have 2 more things to do.
Alrighty, so let's do 4/28/2020. Classwork. Number 1.
Let's do this. Okay, so Aristo poetae, qui versos scuriles recitabat exclamavit, abi or abi te. Zane, who is Aristo talking to?
He's talking to a crowd of people, like a group.
Well, what word? He's talking to the
Scurilis poetae.
To the poet, right?
Oh.
So, is it going to be abi or abi te?
Abi.
Very good. All right. In Portu Alexandriae, Helena acclamavit, mater pater blank navem. Chris, who is Helena talking to?
Her mother.
And?
Her father.
Good. So is that one person or multiple people?
That'd be those peoples.
Specta or spectate?
Tate.
Very nice. All right, Aaron. Galatea filium vocavit, blank prope me inquit. Who is Galatea talking to?
She's talking to her son.
Filion, daughter. Good. So is that multiple
daughter,
people or
yeah.
one person?
That's one person, so it'd be sta prope me.
Very nice. Very nice. Stephen. Ubi juvenes Helena mavidi spectabant mater clamavit, blank nos vexare. Who's Helena yelling at? I mean, no. Who's the mater yelling at? She's yelling at, she's kind of yelling at Helena, but she's really also yelling at the... Very good. Is that one person or multiple people?
That's more than one.
Good. So is it going to be noli or nolite?
Nolite.
Very nice. Astrologus barbilum monuit, Blake hodie e villa exire. Jacob, who is the astrologus warning?
The astrologus is Helenin.
In this sentence right here. Number 5. The astrologus is warning who?
Oh, Barbilium.
Good. Is that one person or multiple people?
One.
Good. So is it going to be noli or nolite?
Noli.
Good. Tank. Formio servus usit hostas ad flumen blank. Who is Formio ordering?
The servant?
Yep, the servants. Is that multiple servants or one servant?
Multiple.
So is it going to be porta or portate?
Portate.
Very nice. All right, Clark. Barbilus postquam hostam quinto dixit blank crocodilum. Who is Barbilus talking to?
Are we on number 7?
Yes.
Quinto.
Right. Is that one person or multiple people? And so it's going to be neca or necate.
Okay.
Good. Chase, Barbilus ubi in aquam decidit servis clamavit me blank. Barbilus is talking to who?
Servant.
Uh-huh. Servis, is that going to be one servant or multiple servants?
That's gonna be one.
Multiple, right? East, os, east.
Multiple.
That's on the multiple side of the chart. So it's going to be serwa or serwate?
Serwate.
Very nice. All right. Signs of the zodiac. It's Taurus season. Anybody have a birthday recently? Is anybody a Taurus in here? Tank?
Nope.
Very nice. Oh, why am I doing this? No, the whole point of that was because we have notes coming. We're not moving to Taurus season yet. So I have a few notes for you to copy down. Sorry.
Oh, so we did this page.
I have 4 classes in a row today, so I get a little bit loopy by the end here. Okay, I'm sure some of you do too, so no excuses, Miss Lonergan. All right, so a few little notes today. So a lot of times with the imperative, we use the vocative case, and the vocative case is for nouns. And we've never really talked about it. So we have other noun cases that we've used before, and I'll put them in green. So normally when we talk about noun cases, we have the nominative. What is the nominative for? Subject, subject, complement. We have the genitive, and we just talked a lot about the genitive, right? What's the genitive for?
Possession.
Possession is what it's mainly for. And what did we recently add to the list of things that it can be for?
Like prepositional phrases and stuff.
Description. And we added partitive.
Partitive genitive.
Partitive genitive, good. Part of the whole. Good, and we added genitive of description. So we've got genitive, nominative, genitive. What comes after that? Dative. And that's for indirect objects, right? What's the accusative for?
Is that like infinitives? Wait, no, that's not infinitives. Never mind.
For direct objects and for time when. And then we've got the ablative, not time when, sorry. Time, duration of time. And then we've got the ablative case, which is the object of the preposition and time when. So this is what we've learned about noun cases so far. And today we're going to add the vocative case. And it's usually added right here at the bottom, and it's for direct address. So you can see how it fits in nicely with the imperative, because I might say something like, for example, girl, voila, listen. Audi, listen. So this is the vocative case. The vocative case matches the nominative exactly. The vocative case endings are the same as the nominative, so you don't have to add a new line or memorize a new set of endings. You just have to remember that the vocative case endings are the same as the nominative. So like Puella, that was the nominative ending, same in the vocative. And of course there is an exception, because there always is, or it wouldn't be fun. And that exception is except, I'm gonna move this over a little bit, except for second declension singular. So in my new example here, if I said boy listen, or friend listen, so that's a second declension ending. It's not going to be amicus like that. It's going to be amicae, audi. So the second declension singular vocative ending is long E.
Amicae and audi. And declension.
All right, otherwise they just look just like the nominative, so nothing fancy, nothing hard. But whenever somebody is calling someone by name, that is called the vocative case. So Helena, I'm gonna go eat, what's a color I haven't used yet that's gonna be easy to read? Purple. So Helena is a first, second declension noun. So when I call Helena by name, she gets to stay the same. When I call Aristo is a third declension noun. When I call Aristo by name, he gets to stay the same. But when I call Barbillas by name, he's an us, so what do I have to do to call him by name? I have to change the ending to what?
Barile.
Very good. Barbile. All right, and that's the whole thing. Any questions about the vocative case? Okay. All right, now on to the fun stuff. So, the signs of the zodiac, as I was saying, it's Taurus season. And the astrologer who lived in Barbillas' house believed that predictions could be made about the life of a person according to the exact date and hour of his or her birth. The 12 constellations of the zodiac encircle the earth, and the sun appears to travel through them in the course of a year. So your zodiac sign is just where the sun appeared to be. Was it in this section of constellation when you were born? Fill in the missing Latin and English names on the chart and then answer the questions with follow. So you just have to look at the pictures and sort of figure it out. Don't say this out loud. I want you to do it on the paper. But the Aquarius, Aquarius, is the blank carrier. And they've got pictures here to help you out. Ooh, look at this guy. He's carrying something. Fill that in. Then there's a few more questions here. The zodiac means living creatures. Which sign is the odd one out? From which Latin word do the English words in boldface come? And that's this section here. So solar system comes from the Latin word sol, meaning what? What's the English? And you figure out the rest of these here. In Greek mythology, who were the centaur and the twins who gave their name to Sagittarius and Gemini? Sagittarius and Gemini. You'll have to look that up. So those will be things you'll have to Google, and you have your Google machine right in front of you. So that should be easy to do. So go ahead and fill this sheet out. And again, I'm going to leave it up here for you in case you don't have this book on you.
Can you send me that PDF, please, or no?
Just can you work off of the one here on the screen share?
I could like screenshot it. Maybe.
Do you want us to do us just to do in the workbook, right?
Yes. That way you have it with you always.
I need to buy a workbook. Okay.
I don't think you need to buy a workbook here. We've got, 4 classes left.
4 classes left?
I mean, that was an exaggeration, but 2, 3, 6, 7.
Dang.
Let me actually. I think they enabled file sharing in the chat again, Ryan. Let me see if I can do that.
Hey.
Fine. What page is that on?
Yeah, they did. They did. It's amazing.
Nassarian.
I'm so sorry. 63. I was focusing on sending this, and I can't do 2 things at once because my brain is.
Oh, it's in the chat. Like the Zoom chat. They have allowed us to do it again.
There you go, dear.
Yay.
All right, there it is for everybody. So now I'm gonna stop my screen share for a minute, and that way that will allow me to multitask and answer some emails while you work on this. How delightful.
Yep. Now I can print out both. Print
Just log in.
Yes.
Did you see the email I sent you with my vocab sheet?
Print.
No, because I am just now opening my email because I've been screen sharing this whole time, so I haven't been able to really do much.
Okay, sounds okay.
But I will look this very moment.
Thank you.
All right, let's knock this out. So the Aquarius is would you all unmute yourselves so everybody can answer and we can do this quickly? Thank you so much. Aquarius is who?
Water carrier.
Water carrier.
Pisces is the?
Fish.
Good. Aries is the?
Ram.
Good. Who's the bull?
Taurus.
Good job. Who are the twins?
Gemini.
Good. Cancer is the?
Crab.
Crab. Good. Who's the lion?
Leo.
Very nice. Virgo is the?
Maiden.
Yep, the maiden. Libra is the?
Scales.
Scales. Scorpio?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Sagittarius is the archer. And Capricornus is the goat mermaid thing up the top. All right, Zodiac means living creatures. Which sign is the odd man out?
Scales.
Yeah.
All right,
Libra.
Latin words to English. Solar comes from what?
Solar.
Sol, meaning
Sun.
sun. Constellation comes from what?
Stella.
Stella, meaning
Stars.
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 Celestial comes from Kailus, which means what?
Heaven.
Sky, heavens. Lunar comes from
Luna.
Luna, which means?
Moon.
All right, Sagittarius, did you look that up? Who's that? Anybody?
I don't know.
All right. It is going to a new page here so I don't get you confused. It is Chiron, the centaur. He trained a lot of heroes. And who's Gemini? Do you know what twins those are based on?
Romulus and Remus.
Ooh, good guess. Nope, it's Castor.
Castor and Pollux.
And good, and Pollux. So spell those right. That's why I typed them up here for you.
All I got was like when I looked that up was some like sexual and intimacy compatibility website.
Well, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not lying right here. It's weird.
So the last thing for today is that you have a vocab test.
Bruh.
Remember that you do need to do some studying because it is timed. So you want to be able to fill it out quickly so that you then can use your sheet at the end to go fill in the ones that you did not know.
Oh wait.
But you will not have time to be able to type them all. If you're trying to just look at it and type them all, you'll run out of time and probably not do very well. So make sure you study first, although you may use your notes if you have time to go back again. here's the link. You want to copy and paste it because I'm not posting it anywhere else.
Yes, we have.
Copy and paste it. If you forget to
I
copy and
can't.
paste it, you will have to come back in this video and copy it down by hand, and that will be a pain in the butt. So copy and paste it.
You
now.
email me it. I don't use this computer.
Copy and paste it and email it to yourself.
How many minutes do we have?
The computer is slow, Ms. Lonigan.
You have about 7 minutes.
Oh, it's easy.
Wait, is it today or Thursday?
You don't have to take it right now. It's due, I believe, tomorrow at 4 p.m. is the deadline. So you have today and tomorrow to take it. And when you are sure that you have the link copied down, because I don't want you to have to copy it by hand off of YouTube, that would be a tragedy, then you may go and have a delightful afternoon.
I got a question.
What time does it end?
Tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Okay.